to 20 minutes, you have to revise each one topic. Otherwise, you'll forget it, because these topics are very, very important, both for interview point of view and, like real-time point of view. At least merge, very, very important. Merge and interleaving. Okay? If you want to get the first dot and last dot, you should write the by statement set or merge statement. So, interleaving and merge are very, very important. Okay? And now, after completion of the combining data sets, in today's class, I'm going to start with the functions. What is functions? Of course, since we are discussing about in SAS, these are called SAS functions. So what is a function? A function is nothing but a predefined program. A function is a predefined program that we use to reshape the data. We use process the data, to manipulate the data, to summarize the data, to analyze the data. So we use functions to reshape the data, to process, to manipulate, to manage, to summarize, and to analyze the data. We use functions. In base SAS, there are around 450 functions available. Plus functions are available in base SAS. Different people will classify these functions into different classes. Generally, why we classify? To make it simple, to understand it easy, we classify. Classification cheyadam valla advantage emundadante. Classification cheyadam valla we can remember it, memorize it better. For that purpose, different people will classify the functions into different classes. But for our convenience, I am going to divide or classify these functions into 3 classes. So we can divide the functions into 3 classes. Some people classify into 7, 8 to 10 classes, but I am classifying these functions into 3 classes. The first one is called as an A, character functions. You know what I mean by character functions? Functions that works with character data, works on character data. Automatically, what are the next functions we are going to have now? Numerical functions. What do you mean by numerical functions? That works with or works on numerical data. And the third functions are called date, time, and date time functions. So that means works on date values, time values, and date time values. But how to use these functions? How to write the syntax of a function? Now, whenever you want to use a function, generally, we are going to write a variable name. Whatever the variable you want to, you can write a variable name, and then is equal to whatever the function you want to use. Now, you should write the function name, and immediately you should open the parenthesis. And within the parenthesis, we are going to write, an argument. Some functions require only one argument. We will write only one argument, close the parenthesis with a semicolon because we have to balance the parenthesis. Sorry. And some functions, you do not require an argument at all. Even though if you do not require an argument, at least you should write a function name and then you should write empty parenthesis. అంటే ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ అవసరం లేదనుకోండి, ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ అవసరం లేదు కదా అని చెప్పి parenthesis రాయకుండా ఉండకూడదు. At least what we should do, you have to mention the empty parenthesis. For some functions, you may require two arguments. In that scenario, what we are going to write now, we are going to write variable name is equal to whatever the function you want to use, function name, open the parenthesis, you should write the first argument, argument 1, comma, second argument, argument 2, close the parenthesis. But remember, when you're writing a more than one argument, between the two arguments, you should have a comma. You should separate both the arguments with a comma. Some functions, you may require three arguments. ఇప్పుడు త్రీ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ అవసరమైంది అనుకోండి, ఏం చేయాలంటే ఇప్పుడు whatever the variable you want to create, a variable name is equal to what I should write now. I am going to write the function name, whichever function you want to use, function name. Now we should have first argument comma. Now we should write second argument comma. Then we should write the third argument and close the parenthesis. Okay? For some functions, you can write n number of arguments. There will be no limit. If you want to write n number of arguments, now what I should write now? Variable name is equal to function, whichever function you want to use. Now we should do first argument comma. Now we should do second argument comma, third argument comma. In this way, now we can, how many arguments you can write now? You can write n number of arguments. But any two arguments should be separated with comma. That is how we should write it. కొన్ని ఫంక్షన్స్ అసలు ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ అవసరం ఉండదండి. ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్స్ అవసరం లేనప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలండి? You should write empty quotations. Some functions require only one argument, and some functions you require two, maybe three, maybe four, maybe five. Sometimes you get n number of arguments. You get any number of arguments. Okay? Now I am telling again and again an argument. What do you mean by an argument? What is an argument? An argument is maybe a character string. Maybe in a character string. An argument may be a numerical expression. An argument is maybe a variable. An argument is maybe another function. Anything can be an argument. What is an argument? An argument is maybe a character expression or a character string or a numerical expression, maybe a variable or maybe another function. Anything can be an argument. We'll see one more time. What is a function? A function is nothing but a predefined. What do you mean by predefined program? That means already they have written an algorithm, they have written a statement, a program, and they put the program in nicely wrapped package. Already they have written the program. Now whenever you want to use that program, if you mention that function name, automatically the program will get executed in the backend, you'll get the result. That is meant by ఆల్రెడీ ప్రీడిఫైన్డ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. అంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసేసి ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఏం చేస్తారని ఇప్పుడు నైస్లీ ర్యాప్ ఒక కవర్ లోపల పెట్టేస్తారు. జస్ట్ లైక్ హౌ వీ హ్యావ్ చాక్లెట్స్, వీ హ్యావ్ ఆల్రెడీ రెడీమేడ్ చాక్లెట్స్, వీ హ్యావ్ ర్యాప్ విత్ ఏ ర్యాపర్. దట్ ఈస్ ఎ ఫంక్షన్. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఐ విల్ టెల్ యు సింపుల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. If I give you 100 rupees paper note, 100 rupees note, and ask you, I want to have it tens, without any second thought, you are going to give me 10 rupee notes. Do we need to have any calculation for that one? No. Already because we have that program in our brain. You don't need to do any calculation. Immediately you are going to give me 10 rupee notes. Because that program is already in our brain. But if I give it 100 rupees note and ask you, I want to have a 220 rupee notes and I want to have, three. You have already that program. You have that function in your brain. So without any calculation, without running that program, you can give that. You can give that output. You can get that output. So in SAS also, they have already written certain programs.
Shazo.
Language. One of the advantages for SAS is, okay, and there are around 450 plus functions are available in base SAS, and we can classify the functions into three classes. Character functions works with character data. Character functions works with character data. Numerical functions works on numerical data. Date time functions works on date values, time values, and date time values. Okay, and how to write the syntax? Whatever the variable you want to create, a variable name is equal to the function name. Within the parenthesis, what we need to write? An argument. What is an argument? An argument is maybe a character string, a numerical expression, maybe a variable, maybe another thing. Anything can be an argument. But remember, whenever you want to write more than one argument, you should separate both the arguments with a comma. Some functions require only one argument, some functions require two, maybe three, four. You can write an infinite number of arguments also. But sometimes you do not require not even a single argument. In that scenario, at least what we need to do, we have to write empty parenthesis. Understand this one? Now, in today's class, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the character functions. So please keep hitting off character functions. Under the character functions, the first subgroup is functions that can change case of the argument. Functions that can change the case of the argument. From now onwards, when I'm trying to explain a function, creating a data set will take a lot of time. Creating multiple variables, keeping a multiple observations will take a lot of time. That's why to explain a function in a simplest manner, I'm going to write a simple data set. What I'm going to do? I'm going to write data set name. Variable name is equal to value. Say for example, SAS space demo, semicolon. Tell me if I input this program, what will happen? It will create a data set called ds1. What is the variable we are going to have in that x variable? What is the value we'll have? So one observation. Simple. Okay, so that it is going to be easy for us to understand. So see, if I select the program, I am going to have a ds1 data set in the work library. In that, I am going to have x variable. And what are the values that we have? SAS variable. Now, by the way, what is the length of x variable now? If I write like this, so what is the length of x variable? Why 5? What do we have between the quotations? 3. Now the length of the x variable is going to be 3 1. మీరు ఇన్పుట్ రాసినప్పుడు డిఫాల్ట్ 8 వస్తుందండి. బట్ ఎలా రాసినప్పుడు కొటేషన్ లో మీరు ఏదైతే రాస్తున్నారో వాట్ ఎవర్ యూర్ రైటింగ్ విత్ ఇన్ ద కొటేషన్ దట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ద లెంత్. Now Now say for example, I'm writing sans space, I'm writing demo space class. Now tell me what is the length of X variable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The length of X variable is 14. Now see, select the program, execute the program. We are going to have a DS1 data set, X variable. Okay, so what is the length of X variable now? 14. Understand this? Any confusion, anybody? No. But that is okay. In today's class, I'm going to discuss other functions. What the first group, subgroup I'm explaining now? Functions that can change case of the order. Now, by the way, I have X variable. In the X variable, what is the string that we have? What is the value that we have in X variable? SAS demo class. By the way, what is the case of this SAS demo class? ఏ కేసులో ఉందండి ఇది?
Lower case.
Small letters or lower case. Now, what I want to do, I want to convert this into uppercase. The entire string must be get converted into uppercase. If you want to convert that into uppercase, now see what I'm going to do. I am going to create a new variable called y is equal to. Now I'm going to use a function called upcase. UPCASE upcase. That's the first function. Upcase. Open the parenthesis. Which variable value you want to convert? Now x. Now write x variable. Close the parenthesis. Now semicolon. Now tell me how many arguments I'm writing here. And by the way, who is the argument here?
X.
Argument is a variable. What is x? X is a variable. What can be an argument? An argument can be a character string, numerical expression, a variable. In this scenario, who is the argument? Argument is a variable because x is a variable. Now, if I execute this program, you know what we are going to have? It is going to have a DS1 data set. Already we have an x variable. Now I'm going to have one more variable called y variable. Now, can you see how we have the text in the y variable? The same text, but in uppercase. So, whenever you want to convert a character string into uppercase, what is the function that we are going to use now? We are going to use the function called upcase. Please write the first function upcase. What is the upcase function you will do? It will convert given character string into uppercase. It will convert given character string into uppercase.
Sir,
Yes.
మనము ఎక్స్ వేరియబుల్ లోనే కన్వర్ట్ చేయాలంటే చేయొచ్చా సార్?
Give me 1 second. Now, data. I am creating a data set called ts2. I have a variable called txt. Txt is equal to, I have like this one. I have a character string. Do not worry about the string. But in the text variable, I have some character string. What is the case of the character string? Lowercase. Now I want to convert this into uppercase. In the previous example, what I did, I tried to create a new variable. New variable is equal to upcase of old variable name. But I do not want to create a new variable. I want to make changes with the same variable. So now tell me what I'm going to know. Now simply, I am going to text is equal to what is the function I want to use? Upcase, open the parenthesis, whatever the string you want to convert, write the string, now close the parenthesis. Now this is in a character string. We should always write with an inverted quotation. Now tell me, this is argument. Who is argument here? Directly a character string. So I told you an argument may be a character string also. Now in this scenario, who is the argument? Directly the character string. Now that means within the txt variable only, what is the string which is going to be? Now that will be get converted into uppercase. Now see, within the same txt variable, can you see how we have the text now? The text is going to be in uppercase. Do you know about the SAS of the class data set? Do you know we have a name variable in it? How we have the name values? Any idea? Variable. The data is in uppercase in the name. We are going to have Thomas, Barbara. First letter is going to be uppercase. All the remaining letters will be. Now, I want to convert all those 19 names into uppercase. Okay? All the names I want to convert into uppercase. So tell me what the program data. I want to create a new data set called class 1. So where we have that information? In the chat center class. By the way, I do not want to disturb the same variable. Now I'm creating a new variable called name1 is equal to. What the function I should write now? Uppercase. Open the pencil. Where we have the data? In the variable called name. We should write the variable name. So who is the argument here? Variable. Now close the parenthesis. Select the program now along with the 5 variables. What is the new variable we are going to have now? Name1. With the name1, I am going to have the same names of name only, but how we are going to have now? All the names are going to be in uppercase. Okay? So this is, by the way, I am going to do the same program like this one. Now this time, I am writing a data class to set SAS help dot class. Now, by the way, I do not want to create a new variable. I want to make changes within the same variable. Now, what should I do now? I should write name is equal to. Now, what I should write now? Uppercase of name. So, what will happen now? It will not create a new variable. Within the same variable, the values will be get uppercase. It will go to get converted to uppercase. Now, can you see? Within the same variable, the values will be changed. Now, depends on a requirement. Whenever you want to convert the given characteristic into uppercase, you should use uppercase function. ఇది వేరియబుల్ కదా, వేరియబుల్ అయినప్పుడు అవసరం లేదు. స్ట్రింగ్ అయితే ఇది వాల్యూ కదా, వాల్యూ అయితే పొటెన్షియల్ లో పెట్టాలి. ఇది వేరియబుల్ కదండి, వేరియబుల్ పొటెన్షియల్స్ అవసరం లేదు. You know, sometimes if you are going as a fresher, only functions knowledge would be enough to clear the interview. That much important functions are in the real time. Every day we are going to use 20 to 30 different functions in the real time. We are going to discuss 100 to 120 functions in the next 1 week time. Data, I'm creating a demo 1 data set. I'm writing a variable called x is equal to. I have a characteristic. Can you see how we have the x variable value? Is it lowercase or uppercase? It is called a mixed case. Mixed case. Now I want to convert that into uppercase. Now tell me, what should I do now? If you want to create a new variable is equal to, what is the function, right? Sorry, uppercase. You know, by the way, uppercase is only one word. In a function always is going to be only one word. You should not have a spaces and all. Okay, upper space case and right word, then uppercase is only one word. Okay, uppercase, open the parenthesis. What should I write now?
Variable limits.
Because I want to create one more variable. I want to keep x as it is. I want to create x1 new variable. Now, right. Now, now data set any variables ఉంటాయండి ఇప్పుడు. I'm going to have both x and x1. Now, x is going to have mixed case. The same data, now in x1 we are going to have an uppercase. నాకు కొత్త వేరియబుల్ అవసరం లేదు, సేమ్ వేరియబుల్ కన్వర్ట్ చేసామన్నారు అనుకోండి. Now simply x is equal to, మీరు x is equal to uppercase of x అని రాయొచ్చు. లేదనుకోండి, సింపుల్ గా x is equal, ఇక్కడ మీరు స్ట్రింగ్ మీద ఎవరు రాసేయచ్చండి? You can write uppercase of Ramakrishna in mixed case. You can also write like this one. Clear everybody? And this is called uppercase function. don't know what are the values that we have in SAS dot cars model. I want to convert all the models into uppercase. Okay, within the same model variable, I want to convert into uppercase. First of all, I will write the program. First of all, we'll see how we have data. I'm creating a cars set where we have that one SAS dot cars. Now I'll show you the cars data set. In that we have a variable called model. I want to convert all the model into uppercase. Tell me what should I do now? I want to do the same variable. Tell me what should I do? Model is equal to simple uppercase of
within parenthesis model.
the parenthesis semicolon. Now select the program, execute it. Now we are going to have a car. So now can you see how we have the model now? All are now all the 428 observations will be get converted into uppercase. ఇలా ప్రతిసారి డాన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయడం కష్టం కాబట్టి నా వేరియబుల్ నేమ్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు వాల్యూ రాసేస్తున్నాను. అండర్స్టాండ్? అంటే ఒక వేరియబుల్ కన్వర్ట్ అయిందంటే ఆబ్వియస్ గా ఒక అబ్జర్వేషన్ కన్వర్ట్ అయిందంటే ఎన్ని అబ్జర్వేషన్ దగ్గర కన్వర్ట్ అయిపోతుంది కదండి. అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ వన్? నౌ ద నెక్స్ట్ ఫంక్షన్ దట్ వి హావ్ ఈజ్ లోకేస్. It will convert given character string into lowercase. It will convert the given character string into lowercase. I have a data set called dx1. In that I have a variable called x. So x is equal to I have a dx1. I have a character string. Unfortunately, this character string in uppercase, I want to convert that into lowercase. Now, if you want to create a new variable, x1 is equal to what is the function to use? Lowercase. And by the way, it is a function that is intended function. This is a program. You can write in any case. కదా మీరు అప్డేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు లోకే అది ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో పార్ట్ కదండి. ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇస్ నాట్ కేస్ సెన్స్ యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఎనీ కేస్. సో లో కేస్ open the parenthesis. Which variable value you want to convert? X variable. Now every time opening the parenthesis will take a lot of time. I want to print the data. I'm writing simply proc print semicolon run. Now I'm going to have a new variable called x1. Can you see how we have the data in x1? The same data, but we have in lowercase. So lowercase function will convert given characteristic into lowercase. If we do not want to create a new variable, what we should write? X is equal to lowercase. Whatever we now keep it in the character quotation. Now, do you know how we have sex values in the SAS class? Capital F, and I want to convert that into small f and small f. Tell me how we can do that for now. Data, new data set name, set from where I want to create SAS help dot class. Now sex is equal to I am writing lowercase of sex. Tell me what is going to happen now. In the sex variable, all the values will be get converted into lowercase. Now see, I'll go to the work library. Class 1. Can you see how we have the sex values now? Small f and small f because I converted that into lowercase. Any doubt, anybody? Any doubt? Huh? అంటే మేల్స్ ఒక్కడే ఫీమేల్ లోవర్ కేస్ అవ్వాలా? అప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు సింపుల్ గా కండిషన్ రాస్తాం. ఏమి రాస్తాం కండిషన్ చెప్పండి? ఇఫ్ సెక్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు క్యాపిటల్ ఎం దెన్ సెక్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు లోకేస్. ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందండి? ఎక్కడైతే మేల్స్ ఉంటారో మేల్స్ మాత్రమే లో లేదు కదా, మిగిలినంతా ఏముంటుంది? అప్ అంటే దానికి ముందు కండిషన్ రాస్తే సరిపోతుంది. మరి ఎలా రాస్తే ఏమవుతుంది చెప్పండి? ఎక్కడైతే ఏజ్ 12 ఉందో ఏజ్ 12 ఉన్నప్పుడే సెక్స్ స్మాల్ ఎఫ్ స్మాల్ ఎం అవుతుంది. మిగిలినవన్నీ కూడా ఎలా ఉంటాయండి? క్యాపిటల్ ఎఫ్ క్యాపిటల్. సో యూ కెన్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్, యూ కెన్ రైట్ ఎ కండిషన్.